Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. I'm doing another card deck review where I go through one of my card decks. Today's is Divine Abundance Oracle Cards by Tosh Silver and art by Fena Gonzalez. This deck is one of my newer decks, and what I find really interesting about this deck is it doesn't come with a book, which isn't really upsetting for me because so often I don't even use the books. Like, it's nice when you first get a deck to read through the book. I've always found that interesting, but eventually the book becomes unnecessary. So it doesn't really bother me that there's no book with this, but that is something to know if you are looking to buy this deck for yourself. So as always, we start with what the back of the cards look like. You know I love some sacred geometry. Absolutely love sacred geometry. So I'm immediately drawn to this. Love the back of this card. So let's see what the other side of the cards look like. So with each of these cards, they're gonna be completely different from one another. They're very unique, each of the cards. You've got the main message up at the top, and at the bottom you've got a phrase or a quote that further explains the message. The pictures are always so unique. They're very much collage based. There's a lot of layers to each of them. It's also one of the decks that I really love the colors on, and sometimes the colors are what speak to me more than anything else, because I'm someone, like I've mentioned in past videos, that like colors, oh my gosh, that speaks to me more than anything. I love how each of the cards are so intricate. There's lots of things to see. There's lots of messages and information to gain just by looking or gazing at the card. There are some animal aspects. Some of the cards have animals. There's nature, there's sacred geometry. It's very cool. It's like, it's a very artistic deck, in my opinion. Look at grounded. Look at, I love that. Oh my God, look how sweet. I will say that there are lots of butterflies in this deck. Ooh, you're just like in the deep, deep ocean. I have dreams like that. So overall, I really find this deck very interesting. I find this deck so interesting because of how intricate each of the different cards are. It really is cool. Now, there isn't a book to look through, but we will still pull a card for those watching. We all together as one get a message from this deck. All right, so what message do you have for those watching? I will say that these cards are more of like a matte finish versus a glossy. So in my opinion, they glide so easy when you're shuffling. They feel really good in my hand. They're also like the perfect size. All right, what message do you have for those watching today? Ooh. Outrageous openness. Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I am open to receive. So to clarify, the phrasing down at the bottom is usually like a little prayer that you can say based on whatever the message is. So the outrageous openness is then going to talk about, open me to your will, release me from my attachments, surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I am open to receive. Another thing this has made me think of is how it starts with dear love. Now, some of the cards are going to say, for instance, this one says, allow me divine. So it's going to give you different phrasing or it's going to give you different words for like God, because for a lot of us, God can be a lot of different things, and God looks different to each of us. And then this is an example of one that's not really a prayer. This one says, radical acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment, so what's needed can come next. Look at the power in this card. I'm obsessed. This is a card that I pull a lot because this is something that I is a constant lesson for me, is radical acceptance. Anyway, overall, love this deck. It is one of my go-tos, like one of my everyday go-tos, because I personally feel the connection to the cards. It's very much my style of art, of color, of messaging, the way that the words, you know, it really speaks to me. So in my opinion, this is a really great deck. I don't even have a downside. I mean, you could view that it doesn't come with a book as a downside if you're someone that really likes the books, but that doesn't even matter to me. So yeah, I love this deck. Let's end with Divine Source. Help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. That's it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions about this specific deck. I'll be sure to answer you in regards to questions about the deck. And if you are interested in getting a digital aura painting, that is something that I do over on Etsy. There will be a link in the description below. So if that sounds cool, something you're interested in, or just want to check it out, check the link in the description box. Many blessings, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.